How's it going, everyone? This is your host Frank over at Popular Gaming. Today I come to you with Super Bowl 50. We're here facing off against the Seattle Seahawks, the toughest and the most scariest team coming from the NFC side of things. We are, of course, the Kansas City Chiefs, the toughest team in the AFC, coming here and representing that whole AFC side. It was a very tough season for us. We had our ups and downs, but this is what it is all about. Right here, the performance today, this is what our legacy is gonna boil down to. You might have the numbers, you might have the stats and everything, but this performance right here it's gonna be the base and the foundation for what's coming. So right here you see I'm gonna let the whole animation play through before I get into the game. um, right here you see number 11, our captain right here, the one man that's gonna be leading that uh, that offense as far as the QB goes. But if anything, I want to be the one setting the tone as far as our offense goes. Our defense has been playing lights out from the beginning. From the get-go, our defense has carried us through the toughest games. And every game, if you have been watching my games, has been a testament to how tough our defense plays. And right here, we're facing off against Sherman. He's gonna be our matchup because I got good news for you guys. Uh, I spent some of the XP that I had left, that I had won from the previous playoff games, and with that and the performance that I put last game, I just earned myself the first wide receiver position. So now I'm gonna be the main guy. I'm gonna be the go-to guy and the number one option for Alex Smith. Those are terrific news, and we head on right here. We're gonna take the field as we're gonna return this field goal. The Seattle Seahawks are up 7-0 here, but we're gonna get this first drive going. Hopefully, get some points on that board for us right there. 13 yards. They're not the best, but we'll take them right now. And if anything, I like challenges. So this matchup is possibly the most difficult one we will ever have, because on a rookie season, coming to the Super Bowl, having those excellent performances in the playoffs, if anything, it has had a positive impact on our morale, on our confidence, and we're just gonna hit the ground running in this game right here, in the last game, the one that matters. Not that every other game, pretty much allowed us to be here. All the games that we won, all the games that we lost, even because we learned a little bit about ourselves. We learned what we needed to improve, and we did it. We addressed all those issues right there. I was not gonna be denied that ball right there. I just beat off Sherman like it was nothing right there. This is how you prove you're the best. You have to be the best at your counter position right there. Sherman, I made him look bad. Just look at how beautiful a pass that was, and just look at Sherman. He hustled for that ball, but he could not get me. Not with the speed and quickness that I've got, and the awareness of the ball that I also have, and that I have been sharpening through all these games right here, leading up to this one. And I'm just gonna return the punt right here. Hopefully, get something, a decent amount of yards. That's what I'm looking for. That's a pretty good kick. I do have to recognize that. This is where my quickness and agility kills right here. Boom, just like that. Oh man, had I been able to shake off that tackle, I would have probably gone for to the house with this one. Right here, he's gonna hit the ground running again. We're coming off that great first drive, the first play pass, the first ever, you know, passing play that we have, being the first wideout, and it's a touchdown against the best. I consider him the best cornerback right now. He is at his prime. The level at which he performs, year in and year out, you do have to give props when they're due. And if anything, Sherman, uh, you know, he is due a lot of props for his game and the quality of his game, the consistency of his game. is what you know kind of made me have the opinion that he's the best at what he does. But right here, we're just not gonna shy away from him or shy away from the challenge right here. In fact, we're gonna look to become the best at what we do. We're gonna look up to Sherman, but at the same time, we're gonna be building up our own legacy, our own reputation out there as the best on what we do. On what we do is just being ferocious, firing on all cylinders as far as quickness and speed and agility go. And right here, consistency is also going to be a big part of our game. Right here in the playoffs, this is where I'm really coming out as that threat. And I already got 100 yards in this game, and I'm looking forward just to capitalize on this game, get that W, of course. But my performance is also going to be the best up to date. You know, all right there, that was a pretty ball. That was a pretty bad thrown ball by Alex. Yeah, number 11 recognizes it. Pretty humble guy. But we're gonna try to see if we can capitalize on this drive right here. The number one focus is not to turn the ball over to them. They're a very dangerous team as far as their offense goes. Defensively, they're just the toughest one. I think both teams, both the Chiefs and the Seahawks, have the toughest uh, defensive cores out there, and this game is gonna be won by the offense. Defensively they're gonna be shutting it. Yeah, they're gonna be shutting each other down. But it's gonna be up to the first, to the first group of offensive players that can make uh, something happen for their team. Right there, we were not able to convert, get a first and 10. I would otherwise risk it, but I'm gonna take these points. If I know better, we're gonna need every single point that we can get our hands on if we want to beat the Seahawks right here. The last game performance, if you didn't see it, go ahead. I strongly uh, advise you to go and watch it because it was one of my best performances to date. Just the way that I was able to be that one clutch player that put the entire weight of the team on his shoulders and brought them back. Right here, I'm just checking to see if I am indeed that first wide receiver or not, because I've been on both sides of the ball, but I'm just making sure. Right here you see Jeremy Macklin having that 86 and I having that 86 as well, but I am the number one choice simply because of the performances that I have been putting up for this team. They have recognized me, they have recognized my effort, they have recognized my consistency, and it was about time, because this is why we do it, so that we can be brought up to that spotlight, so that we can even perform better and put up even bigger performances now that we are on the spotlight right here. Being that first wideout, it's huge for me. It's humbling, and at the same time, there's so much to come. There's so many challenges to come. So I do want to hear, your opinion on this. I want to hear what you have to say about it. Let me know what you thought about this whole season, including the postseason games that I have put up, so far. Right there, Kelsey's fighting those tough yards for us, getting them. It's outstanding the effort that every single player in this offense is just putting in this game, in this playoff run that we had. Very successful playoff run, if I do say so myself. So yeah, go ahead and comment, what your expectations were when you kind of first watched my videos, your reactions to them, what you thought at first, and then how my last videos have, you know, what their grade is against what you expected. You know, I do want to know all your opinions in regards to, to my playing style, to the way I conduct, my commentary, to the way I choose my the plays that I run. I do gave up on the running game pretty early on. If you watch my videos, you know why. The running game just has not been putting those numbers. And in fact, we have been losing a lot of yards because of the running game. And right here, we're just clicking on all cylinders right here. But I do want to hear whatever comment you have for me in regards to this here series as a wide receiver, and what you like, what you didn't like, what you would want for the future. I am gonna do probably I can do two things moving forward. I can either do a new whiteout, playing it the way you want me to play it, with all the input that you have for me, or I could continue with year number 2 here with this wide receiver, which is the most ideal thing for me. I could either, change teams. That's not off the table at this point. I would like to try some other teams out there. You know, come in there and getting success with them, instant success. Maybe see playoff games, championship, maybe even another Super Bowl too. I am getting a little bit ahead of myself, but this is just how much I enjoy the game. This is how much I know that the future has for us. So moving forward, I do want more of your input. This here series was kind of like a taste, kind of like me testing the waters. But moving forward, I want more of your guys' opinions, uh, and I want you to shape, what's coming for this channel. So this is your opportunity to go ahead and do that. And any kind of input, any recommendations, any tips you have, go ahead and put in there, or any requests that you have as far as changing things here and there. I know I know for sure one of you guys wants me to change the helmet and everything as far as how I look. I can go ahead and do that. I just didn't do it because I was on a tight deadline. I had very little time to play with those aspects of the game. But moving forward, I will take my time to address every request and every any and all comments that you guys end up posting up. So go ahead and take care of that right now. Right there, I was a major fail right there. I slipped and fell right there. But no matter, we end up with a touchdown, which is much welcomed. Um, right there is going to be 17-7. This has just been a very uh, dominating performance that we have put together here against the toughest NFC team right here. We're just gonna see what they have for. Right there, we just keeping them 17-7. This is the more and more that the seconds pass, the more and more that this looks like a wrap for us. Like I said, at the end of the last video, I was about to summarize what my season was about, but then I realized I really didn't have enough time for that. So what I want to do is I want to actually do that right here, right now that I have the chance. How you guys felt to me posting just the raw material. I didn't edit nothing. I didn't add, cut anything. I didn't pamper anything. What I get is what you see. So I do want to hear your input if you do like that kind of style. Personally, that's what I aim for. Complete transparency, complete. Just putting what I get. This is as to give you guys a very good and broad idea of what the game is all about. So far, if I had to grade the game from the experiences that I've had with it, it'll be one of the best Madden games that I have played so far, simply because of how it looks, how it feels, how it behaves, how the AI behaves. When you put it in all Madden, it's gonna be a challenge. I guarantee you this. This whole season has been in all Madden from the beginning, and you have seen how tough it is. Uh, just to come up with big plays against the AI. If you play this in all pro and on pro, you're gonna have a much easier time coming up with big plays. But right here in Madden, you really have to earn everything. We wouldn't really have it any other way right here. If you know me, if you know this channel, this is what it's all about. The tough challenges. So yeah, I do want to hear your input on all of this, and if I had to summarize my season with all the good, the bad, and the ugly, I say I still come up ahead with a lot of good. From the beginning, there was a lot of potential showing. Slowly and steadily, we came up to sharpen some of the aspects in our game, especially the consistency factor, where in the postseason it just came up, we exploded. Right here, we're not gonna give them a chance to come back because this is turning a little dangerous on us now. 17-14, it's a little tough. 26 seconds. I guess we're just gonna have to burn that clock. Right there, we win it, 17 to 14. Our defense, they stopped them, and that's it. We This is how the Kansas City Chiefs win Super Bowl 50, by having me in their roster. They are, in real life, they are missing that one guy, that one tough guy that can piece all the outside pieces together, fortify their game at the core of the field. Getting those tough yards, they lost Jamal Charles, and that was pretty much how the downfall or their season started. But at any rate, we're gonna be dealing with this one right here, and it was very satisfying to win Super Bowl on my first try, on my first career mode right here as a wideout. Right there, those are just my highlights right there, some of the highlights of the game overall. And more importantly, I had a lot of fun, and what's important to me is to know if you had fun watching these videos, here into my commentary. Moving forward, like I said, go ahead and post your comments, because I do look forward to kind of coming up with a game style that will kind of try to cater to every single one of you guys. So go ahead and start with that. Use that to your advantage. This is a channel that is up for you to shape in any way, shape or form that you would like to see. And right here, I'm just gonna let it all sink in for me. Right there, you see me celebrating with that Lombardi trophy. And right there, coach celebrating with it. It was a tough earned Super Bowl win for us right there. Like I said, I hope you guys had fun. At the end of the day, I did. And at the end of the day, that's what I'm aiming for you guys to have fun right there. So this is Frank signing out, and I'll see you in the next one, guys.